Hi, Gav here, and today we have a new episode in the Art Review series, and today we'll be checking out the work of Andrew Marr. Now, I've known this guy since early years in my university years, or maybe even in high school, who knows. But I've been heavily influenced, I guess, by his ink sketches. Now, if you go to his Instagram, he does have, well, not just his Instagram, but he does have a bunch of like tabs here in his website for more like illustrated stuff, where it's painted. But I'm going to be focusing more on the ink stuff just because that has been the artwork or the style that has been very influential for me. And I just like the look. First of all, he does like to use a lot of blacks in his work. He's not afraid to fill in like large areas in just black. And he likes to mix it up with his very quick sort of hatching lines. And yeah, so if you go to his Instagram, he does sort of he mixes everything, his painted stuff with his more traditional stuff. I will be focusing more on his traditional inked sketches. And again, that's just because it appeals to me more. By the way, just a quick side note, I actually did record a video of Andrew Marr, but my audio wasn't turned on apparently, so I was basically talking to myself for like who knows how long. So I'm in the motions, right? Anyway, so we're here now. So as you can see, he can sort of paint, but his foundation really is his sort of drawing skills here. And I think doing it traditionally gives him that confidence to just jump in with painting stuff digitally. And oftentimes, if you look at his painted version, it's not too far off from his actual inks. And he pretty much sticks to what he sketched in or drew in the ink stage. And sometimes you will even see his ink work show through in some parts. Right? I think that's a good mix. So I'm trying to find his more earlier works where he drew a lot with, where he mixed his black inks with red ink. And I think he likes to draw with G-Tech pens. They're basically gel pens. It's very common. Well, it depends where you are from, but from where I studied, it's kind of a common pen for school and stuff like that. But it's great for drawing too because the gel pen does look good on paper. It seems to just glide through. And a lot of gel pens have really small sizes. Back in school, I had like a couple of G-Tech pens, which went from 0.5 all the way down to like 0.3 and maybe even 0.1, who knows. But they're really good for detailing work or hatching work. I mean, fine liners are still good pens, but I think gel pens have their own space. So we have Sauron here, I believe. Lord of the Rings fan art, right? So let me just scroll further down. Oh, I like this one. And this is the kind of look I was referring to, mixing in those red lines with the black lines. It just has a certain vibe to it, which I don't know, maybe red is a very strong color. So maybe that's why I'm more attached to it, maybe. And it just looks cool. You contrast that red with black. Also the white paper. It's a good combination. And if you look at his work, he mainly focuses on fantasy themes. So lots of mermaids, fairies, dragons. Reminds me a little bit of the work of Titov something. And I just found his page recently, after doing the failed recording of this Andrew Marr art review. But I think I'm going to be reviewing his work next because I'm not even sure if I did an art review of that Titov guy. But they kind of do the same thing where they like women, but also they're very focused on like fantasy sorts of concepts. The dragons too are pretty cool. And if you look at their hatching for Andrew Marr, I don't think he's a slow kind of artist, meaning he likes to sketch or illustrate stuff quickly. And it shows in his like line work. Pretty cool stuff here. So this one has like a red theme, maybe. Obviously because of the color red. No shit. Right? And I think for the wash, for the coloring, he likes to use his maybe brush pens or watercolor brushes. Um, and for the inks, I'm guessing it's like a brush pen, like Kuretake or something, or a Pentel. Let me just go further down. And sometimes he will explore like demonic slash angelic concepts, like that kind of vibe. And I think that gold part comes from his, because he did show like his tool set or what he carries around with him, or what he usually uses for his like sketches. But I think that's a Sharpie gold, maybe. It's some kind of acrylic pen that has a gold sort of thing to it. It looks really good. You contrast that with the black again. That's a nice combination. I mean, pretty much anything like black and white plus one other accent color. It's a good uh triangular combination. Same thing here. The accent color is going to be red. The head design reminds me a little bit of Anthony Jones. Just because if you look at Anthony Jones's work, whenever he does like female characters, he plays around with the head design a lot. Um, Again here with the gold, some kind of angel knight. Let me just see the other sketches here. Oh, this is the kind of look I'm referring to, where the ink is red and it's combined with like the black. It looks really good. And again, demon chicks slash angel chicks. Really, really cool. And yeah, I guess in general, his figures. Oh, the dragon is pretty cool too. His figures are legit. So maybe he does some, a good amount of time practicing his figure drawing. Mainly for women, right? I think he did wash this with watercolor. Looks like it. If you look at the way the body is drawn, it reminds me a little bit of a recent artist we reviewed named ZED. Or Trong Boy something, but I think his pen name is ZED. A lot of his human figures, whenever he does illustrate women, they have this kind of sharp anatomy, right? Where the shape is very clear. You don't see a lot of like mini wavy lines. It's very direct. Like the edges are pretty sharp, and it looks like it was done or carved out with like a lasso fill tool or a lasso tool. Some more dragons. Oh. And again, that gold looks pretty cool. What? Oh, kawaii. Um, Reminds me of that. I forgot that game. It's a very popular game where, uh, it was a blonde chick. She had like an angel halo on her head. Maybe it's an ad for a game. I forgot her name, but it reminded me. This specific sketch reminded me of that character. Oh wow. And they like to make the eyes sort of empty sometimes, where it's just white. I think it works because they're not human, so you want to have something that makes them different. I mean, you can the wings, the horns, they're very obvious, but I think the eyes you can play around with them or not play around with them by just leaving them as white. And it does give you that sort of eerie feeling, like they're not human, where it adds more to that inhuman or unhuman sort of vibe. I think we did see this in his website. A scanned version right here. So he'll basically amp the contrast or levels so you can actually see the white. Looks good. Looks really good. Okay, for this one, he did shade it, I guess, with some watercolor washes, but here it's like a black and white only sort of thing. I think the gold stuff was from the marker, from the gold acrylic marker or something. And then they amped it up in Photoshop, maybe. I like the food stuff here. I think it was done traditionally, maybe. I'm just guessing. But I do like how when they do color it, they will still leave in those initial ink lines. So it has a good sort of style there. Like you're not painting over your lines. You're sort of making them work with each other, like the inks plus the coloring. You will see this a lot in like urban sketches, like urban sketching sort of artwork where they like leaving in the inks or the original ink lines. When they usually color, they'll usually use like watercolor slash alcohol based markers, and it's a good look. And again, even if this was done digitally, look at how Andrew still likes to add that. It's not a black in this case; it's like a dark brown, but he will add those high contrasting shadows along with those ink lines. Because usually there are artists who, when they do draw in ink or some heavy line, they will make sure they color it. So if the thing they're coloring is like brown, if the base color is brown for maybe they're trying to ink some kind of skin, they will make the lines surrounding that skin somewhat brown as well. But for some artists, they just like to leave it as like a heavy sort of ink, like a black, dark brown in this case. Now this one, oh, this one's kind of cool. So it's some kind of samurai demon, Yakuza demon. Pretty cool. Wonderful tattoos. And again, they're showing off those ink lines. I love the way the armor was rendered. In this case, it's gonna be the headset. It's very reflective. But just focusing on the tattoos and yes. I like it. It's like you're drawing art or illustrating art within art whenever you have tattoos. So yeah. This reminds me of one of those Greek. Is it Greek or maybe not Greek, but yeah, maybe the statues they're kind of positioned in this way, or one of those classic like I don't know Italian paintings, right, from Rome. Yeah, I guess that's it for this art review of Andrew Marr. Like he does have a bunch more work, but again, I'm just more fascinated, and I'm just really into his ink stuff more. Let me just scroll further down because I want to see more. Oh, dragons. I want to see more of his inked stuff that has red. Some more food. I'm kind of hungry whenever I see stuff like that because obviously when you're illustrating food, you want to make it look delicious. So I guess his rendering style is working because I am hungry just looking at his work. Oh, I think I did mention this in the failed recording I had of this artist. A lot of his creatures come from, like for those of you who know the movie Narnia, or maybe you've read the book or something, that kind of world and the creatures that come from that like theme, those are the types of creatures that Andrew Marr typically illustrates. Very fantastical, very sort of like this, right? Dragons. In this case, Santa riding a dead sort of skeleton dragon thing, like a dark dragon. Pretty cool. It reminds me of some of the stuff of Ahmed Al-Duri, especially his mermaid stuff, mermaid concept art. or sketches. I like it. Yeah, kind of like this one. The inks, red ink with black, looks really good. So yeah, I guess I'll stop the video here and I'll move on to the next artist. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.